In the apparent process of waking up, even though it's not a personal thing, there seems to be lots of different processes that happen, and there's not one process for everybody. There's infinite amount of paths, for infinite amount of people, like there's infinite possibilities of the way it goes. So there's as many different ways as different people that come into this subject, because each body mind will have its very unique conditioning and unique way of seeing this world. But there seems to be a similar process that happens. There's the listening to non-duality that happens, and really seeing and having these awakenings that who you are isn't something that's moving, isn't found in the world, but yet is the world, the whole entire world. And that this reality isn't a divided reality, there is no separation. And then the other side to it is the intellectual understanding and recognition of the seeker, of what that illusory person is seeking for in time, and really understanding what it's seeking for, and seemingly becoming more and more honest. So it goes back to its more basic wants and desires, rather than what you believe brings you freedom. So in the beginning, when you get into the subject, what you might believe brings you freedom, or what you've been taught, is money, love affairs, kids, house, education, whatever it is. And then over time you become more and more genuine and more honest. So then you might think it's enlightenment, but that's not it either. It gets more and more honest. Enlightenment is another idea that comes and goes. And so you become more and more real, until even the idea of enlightenment seems like a crazy idea. There's only everything that's happening. And the person is more and more genuine and more able to say what it thinks and feels without judging itself or constantly trying to constrict itself. Not because it's always having positive emotions, so therefore it's always being nice, but because it no longer believes it has to be nice, good, or anything. There's just a total trust in it being as it is. And actually, when that happens, when the person becomes more and more honest, that person's not going to be bad. It might go through a stage of badness coming out, like anger or rage coming out. But the more and more genuine you become, the human might be self-centered. It's an animal that's moving towards pleasure, but it's not evil or bad. It's just doing its thing. It's not trying to hurt people or manipulate people or con people, but yet it most probably will be selfish. Not in a bad way, but in the way that, we're an animal that's set up to move towards pleasure. And that's something that these animals can evolve and change with. But at the moment, we move towards that which is pleasurable. So maybe when there's the process of becoming more and more honest on the personal level, maybe you become more honest with your greed. You're sitting at a table with all your friends and there's one piece of cake left and everyone's too embarrassed and shy to take the cake, and they keep offering it to other people. So, oh no, you have it. No, you. Oh no, I couldn't. And then when you're waking up and becoming more honest, you're like, I have it. Me, I want it. You're very excited by that. So there's the two things that happens. There's this seeing that's not your seeing. It's not somebody's seeing, but there's the seeing that who you are is this present moment. The clouds move, and it's seen that you are this presence, this eternal now, this eternity, and that you've never been walking through a separate world. You've never been in relationship with the world. There is only been yourself, experiencing yourself as wholeness. And then on the personal level, there is the recognition that everything you seek for as a person, not the movement towards pleasure, but that seeking energy that's looking for completion in time, isn't it. And there is that honesty there. I want money because I believe it will complete me. I want sex because I believe it will complete me. Whatever it is. I want you to say I'm wonderful because I feel it will complete me. And there's not even a care about it anymore. It just gets more and more honest. You are as you are.